on this episode of the Infinite Art Hunt.
Oh, a poster is a great idea to help inspire people, but this seems more like an essay.
It was about these roads that are being moved into this pristine Amazon forest. And I want to tell the story, but not like the journalist did. So there's a map, right? There's that red line, and here's the red line. And what's the red line doing? Well, it's clearing the green.
What is a collage?
Well, a collage can be many things, but I guess the definition of a collage is putting something on something else.
Lead support for this program has been provided by the William Penn Foundation, with additional support from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Sidewater Family Foundation, the Thomas Locke Charitable Fund, and viewers like you.
How's it going, art people? Ty here, and welcome to the Infinite Art Hunt. Now, I know you were probably expecting Freddie. She said something about becoming one with nature. My art mission for today is to learn about making collage. You know, those things that are made up of a lot of other things. What is Freddie's art mission, Skookle? Do you know? I'm sure Freddie will tell us much more later. 2 missions today, learning about collage and helping Freddie with her mission. So hang on to your art pants. It's time for the Infinite Art Hunt.
It's the Infinite Art Hunt! Hey guys, over here. We're on another adventure with Fred. Looking for art and making friends. Checking in with Grandma Tilly. The adventure never ends. We're gonna go to real places, find magic and wonder, and try new things and see what we can discover. There's art everywhere, and I really want to explore. It's in the food that we eat, in the trees, in the forest. It's the Infinite Art Hunt! Oh, this is amazing. I see art. It's the Infinite Art Hunt!
We want more trees. More trees, please. We want more trees. More trees, please.
Freddie, what is going on? Where are you?
I'm getting inspired by nature. I'm on a mission for the trees.
And what does that mean exactly?
More trees, please. It's a new campaign I'm starting to encourage the city to plant more trees. Look at the posters I made on the table.
Oh, a poster is a great idea to help inspire people. But this seems more like an essay.
Okay, well, poster 1.0 is definitely a little wordy, but how else am I supposed to fit all my feelings onto one poster? I need people to look at it and think, wow, planting arboreous areas and tall trees sounds super sensible and delightfully doable.
Wow, that kind of sounds like something Hildegard would say. Okay, you want to make something that will inspire people to care.
Exactly.
My grand honeys.
Hi, Grandma.
I'm helping an old friend today with some self-defense lessons. Nobody can do a crescent kick quite like Grandma Tilly. How are things at the studio?
Organizing all the magazines just like you asked.
Thank you, Ty. Freddie, I need to know, what is your art mission today?
Grandma, today I want to make a piece of art that inspires people to care about my new mission. More trees, please. More trees, please.
She's been chanting that all morning.
I like the sound of that. Tell me more.
More trees will keep the neighborhood shady and cool all summer long.
I think that's wonderful. Ty, what do you think?
Oh, and trees make oxygen.
And they're so nice to look at. Do you know anyone who could help?
Let me think. I have the perfect person. Check them out.
Oh, hello. I'm Diane Burko, and I'm really looking forward to seeing you guys. I'm an environmental artist, research artist, and I focus on climate change, sort of the intersection of the environment and science and art. But enough about me. Looking forward to seeing the two of you. Bye-bye.
They are so much fun. You are in for a treat today. I can't wait to hear about what you learn. Bye, Ty Ty. Bye, Freddie.
See you, Grandma.
Are you ready to get this art mission started?
Yes, if you help me with these magazines after. Deal?
You got yourself a deal, Ty Ty.
Are you giving me a virtual handshake?
Yes, I am.
All right, I'll see you there.
You bet. To the More Trees, Please mobile. Hey.
Oh, hello. Welcome to my studio. I'm Diane Burko, and I gather you're Ty and you're Freddie.
Yeah.
Grandma Tilly's told me about you guys. We go back a long time. We do Pilates together, amongst other things.
That's awesome. Grandma Tilly said that you're an environmental artist. Can you tell us what that means?
Well, yeah, I guess that's what you could call me because I'm an artist and I care about the environment.
Are there any specific types of art you like to make, like painting or photography?
Actually, Ty, I like to do it all, and it really depends upon what I'm interested in at the moment. Sometimes painting is better, sometimes drawing, sometimes collage. It all depends.
That's awesome. Well, it seems like the perfect time for Too Many Questions with Freddie and Ty, where we learn everything we can about Diane Burko.
Wow.
Ready, Freddie?
Ready, Ty?
Uh-oh.
Your art is really big. Why do you choose to make it so big?
Well, you know, some people think I do that because I'm a short person, but I do it because I love painting large, and I think it has more impact.
What is the biggest piece of art you've ever made?
Funny you should ask. The biggest one was just on exhibit in London, and it was 8 feet by 15 feet.
Wow. Did you want to be an artist as a kid?
Well, I always drew, and I liked art, and I went to museums, but I really wasn't sure until I went to college that I was gonna devote my life to being an artist.
I heard you're a research-based artist. What's that?
Well, that means that before I start making my art, I research about the issues I'm concerned with. First it was glaciers, then it was coral reefs, and right now it's trees. It's the Amazon rainforest.
How do you get your message across through art?
Well, I just hope people get it when they look at the art, but sometimes when you're in a museum exhibition, there are texts on the wall, sometimes there are catalogs, and I also do public speaking.
Can you describe your art-making process? Like, how do you start it?
Well, there's the starting that has to do with the conceptual ideas and the thinking and the research, and then there's the physical stuff of actually getting a stretcher and getting it stretched, gessoing it, preparing it, and then either drawing on it or, at this point in time, I don't draw. I mean, I know how to draw, I taught drawing, but I project an image so that I can get it done real fast.
What do you do when you get stuck during a project?
I get stuck a lot. I just keep going, you know, or I move to another project. As you can see when we go look at my studio, there's a lot of stuff going on at the same time.
Know any good dance moves?
Yeah, from way back last century.
Well, that concludes Too Many Questions with Freddie
And Ty.
So, Freddie, what do you like to do in the summer?
Going to the pool, eating hot dogs at baseball games, and relaxing under shady trees.
Which is kind of why me and Freddie wanted to meet you.
Why do you want to meet me? Because of the trees?
Yeah, well, we wanted to ask you, do you think there should be more trees in the city?
Absolutely. I mean, trees are also protecting the ground underneath, keeping it a little bit more moist if there's enough rain. They're also protecting all the animals that hang out in trees and all the species. But for me, the most important thing is, because I'm into climate change, is that they store CO2, and that's so important.
I feel the same way. I want to make a piece of art that expresses that. I want to inspire people to care about the things I care about. But how do I do that?
Well, art can inspire people. I mean, it has a way of reaching people in a very different way. And it's one thing to read the newspapers, but when you're in front of a piece of art, if it's a good piece of art, it just sort of awakens an emotional connection. We could do a project together, and I can also show you the kind of stuff that I do in my studio. And we have to inspire people because, you know, it isn't just about the trees in the park. It's all of the trees in the world, because that's what I'm working on now. I mean, not all the trees in the world, but I'm focusing on the Amazon rainforest. And there's a lot of CO2 being stored there, and it's being threatened. So I got lots to share with you.
Awesome. And could you show us all the stuff in your studio first?
I'd be glad to. Well, these are pieces I'm working on right now.
It's cool. I really like how you put the map there so people know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I integrate things. It isn't always there, but it's kind of a reference, and then it's a way of integrating facts with aesthetics and, you know, different things. This is actually, I'm really in the middle of doing this, as you can see. This might be like a diptych, so this will be closer than this. And these are burnt pieces of wood that I've already coated so that, you know, the dirt and it doesn't come off, the charcoal. Wow. And I'm trying to figure out, you know, where I'm going to put them, so there's some kind of transition. I have one of them here already. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do here yet. I might have Yamanami, which is the name of the indigenous tribes. This is all about the Amazon rainforest, which is so crucial.
So when you start one of these, do you always know how it's going to look, or do you kind of just go with it?
I never know how it's going to look. I did this one first, and quite frankly, I had another piece of wood. I was going to put this piece of wood, I was going to put this piece of wood right here. And then when I did that, it sort of like broke up this whole thing. And I said, no, I'm not doing that. And, you know, I changed the whole thing around. And now I'm just putting a few pieces so that it flows more and the red relates to the red. But it's in process. It's not finished.
And so you use some real life pictures mixed in with like regular painting.
Yeah, this is a collage element, which is really from the Amazon rainforest. So it's an aerial view of the forest, and it's kind of a motif that I'm using throughout this series.
What's all this?
These are early paintings when I first was getting into the idea of exploring the Amazon rainforest. So there's the map, part of the map, you see, of South America. And this shape is crucial. This is the Amazon rainforest.
Wow.
And you can see it covers lots of countries, eight or nine countries. It's huge. And you know how big the Amazon is? It's as big as the landmass of the United States of America east of the Rockies.
And I really like how you use, like, sometimes you, like the texture, sometimes it's crumbled, sometimes it all stays intact. I really like that.
Thank you. Well, you know, I never know what I'm going to do exactly, but I have these materials, and, you know, you just kind of figure it out as you go along. It's sort of like a lot of improvisation.
Right.
Yeah. And I've named this diptych Roads to Ruin.
What's a diptych?
It's like a series. They're unto themselves, but then they also work together. Actually, when I first did this, there were many parts to it, and then I decided that I'm going to bolt these together. It's like I say, I don't know exactly what I'm doing right away, and then things sort of come to me, and they just keep building.
Right.
So earlier you mentioned Roads to Ruin. What is that about?
Oh, well, that's what I'm titling this diptych, and these are my roads, and I read an article. It was about these roads that are being moved into this pristine Amazon forest. And I want to tell the story, but not like the journalist did. So there's a map, right? There's that red line, and here's the red line. And what's the red line doing? Well, it's clearing the green.
Right.
Oh. And it's creating areas that illegal miners, illegal agriculture, and illegal logging can happen, cutting down trees and then selling them. So all of this contributes to the detriment of the Amazon forest. You know, and I love the one, I have to say, I love this circle because it came to me last minute. And what I love about it, going back to the drips, is you see, this is like a really luscious kind of paint quality. It's a mixture of oil paint and acrylic. So this was an oil part. And it just sort of, you know, that drip relates to that drip. So it all kind of, you know, fits together in a crazy sort of way.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for showing us your studio.
It was a pleasure. You guys have
awesome.
really asked good questions.
Thank you.
Hey everyone, it's Freddie's best friend Jose. My mom said I have 5 minutes before I have to go do homework. So, let's see what people have to say about trees. Welcome. Would you like to show us how you draw a tree?
I would love to. Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to start with the trunk, I guess. It's a tall tree. And put some roots down here into the dirt. Kind of looks like an octopus. And next I'll do all the foliage up here and put in some branches. And maybe I'll make a hole in the tree for some sort of creature to live in. I don't know, what should live in the tree?
Maybe an owl?
An owl.
Bird.
Yes, I love it. Okay, here's my little owl. Yeah, I think that's my whole tree.
Perfect. Now, would you mind telling us what your favorite thing about trees is?
Ooh, yes, I love trees. They're one of my favorite living creatures. I love that they clean the air and they make a home for all kinds of other living creatures, and they're really beautiful.
Perfect. Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, that's my mom. She doesn't like to honk more than once. This is Jose signing off. Back to you, Freddie.
I am just so glad that the two of you are here to help me on this next project, because you are really in on the beginning of it, okay? Because you asked me, how do I know what I'm doing? I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I know the direction I'm going in. And you looked at the collages of this aerial view, right, of the Amazon with the paintings. So now I'm doing a series of paintings that's basically about extraction in South America.
What does extraction mean?
Oh, extraction is taking something out of, and we're talking about mining, taking minerals out of the earth. I sort of have the beginnings of some of them, and I need you guys to assist me in the primary process of gluing. So have you ever done anything like gluing collage before?
We've done like gluing in school and for Grandma Tilly.
Oh, well, there you go. Okay, well, this is similar to that. Each of you have your own little container of glue. We're all gonna be working at this. And you each have a brush, right? So you're gonna stick your brush in the glue and you're gonna go around until you feel like it's there. You also have, you have water? Yeah, we all have water. So if you want, you can always put your brush in there. Your assignment is to try, Freddie, to kind of, you know, glue it down. You can't do it all at once.
Okay.
So I would start at one end on the paper. It's
Okay.
usually the easiest way. And then kind of align it. And then use your, it's doing the job, right? And you'll do a little bit at a time because you just glue down this, and you're gonna have to keep going.
Keep it smooth without air
And
any
Ty,
air
you've got the
bubbles.
same assignment, but you're gonna start like at this corner.
Okay.
And then, you know, as you put it down, you'll need more glue, and you just keep going in that direction. And I got the hardest job because I don't think this is cut right, but I'm just gonna play with it anyway. Okay? And don't worry if you make a mistake, because we'll play with the mistakes. That's one of the nice things about art, if you're, you know, not a stickler for absoluteness, and I'm not.
What is a collage?
Well, a collage can be many things, but I guess the definition of a collage is putting something on something else.
So we're making the circles again, and what do the circles represent?
Well, you know, they reference things as much as represent. When I was in the Pacific, we went down in a submarine, about 1,000 feet, to look what was down there. And everything you saw was through a porthole, right? So you could say, it reminds me of a porthole. It also is like a microscope, or a petri dish, or the world, the globe, the blue marble. So it has many references. But it's also the sphere, and the sphere makes me think of the cosmos. It makes me think of everything that sort of hangs together, because you know that old term, we're all in this together, we really are. So yeah.
So it kind of means that everyone sees what the circle could mean differently.
Exactly. It's open to interpretation. Right. You're doing good.
So this picture that we're working with, what is it? Did you take it? Did you find it?
Oh, I wish I did take it, but I haven't gotten to the Amazon yet. And I found this picture online in a wonderful publication called Manga Bay, which is one of my biggest resources. I learn a lot about the Amazon from this website. And it just seems like the ideal one, you know, to use.
Definitely.
So.
And I've seen it in a lot of your paintings.
Exactly.
Kind of like a motif.
Yes, you learn what it means. Perfect. It is my motif. Absolutely. Yeah. See, and I got all these other pieces, and eventually I might throw other things into there. And I also had some circles. Oh, yeah.
Here's one.
Yeah, right. And, you know, we might put that on top of yours in the end. Well, you might want to stick it somewhere. What do you think? Think it goes anywhere, or?
I think it could go in the corner like that.
All right, why don't you decide where do you want to put it?
So what do you use to make such perfect circles? Because these look great.
Well, when I first started, I, used a compass. Then I got smart. I have a fabricator, Scott, who I said, Scott, can you make me a circle out of wood so I have like a, but a bigger question is, how on earth did I do those big ones?
Yeah, how on earth did you do those big ones?
Wait right here. This is funny. Ta-da!
Whoa.
Is that a riot?
That looks like a shield.
Yeah, I know. But it gives me the same circle every single time.
Oh my goodness.
And it makes it much easier.
So how do you know that you're done with a painting?
Well, you don't know, the painting knows, I like to say. You just walk in one day and you look at it and it just says, I don't need anything more, go away. So I wonder, guys, what is it that you're going to go away with? What inspired you about this visit, I wonder?
Well, I know I really liked how you used the burnt wood to kind of symbolize the deforestation problem. Like the fire in the forest kind of like went onto the painting, and I thought that was so cool. And there is one specific painting where you use the wood to kind of shape like Venezuela, and I can see how you can make that show like this can be a problem. Venezuela could be a fiery forest if we don't do something to stop it. And I thought that was really inspiring.
That makes me feel so good, because I gotta tell you, I had all these pieces of wood and then I saw that piece of wood and it did look like the shape, so I put it down there.
Right.
I mean, it's not as if I made it ahead of time, but you got it. That makes me feel good.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I think that's such a great message, but it's just like, how do you get other people to care about what you care about?
Well, sort of that way, I guess, but you want people to see your work, and artists, if they're fortunate enough, they get invited to do exhibitions in galleries or museums. Art is a great way to share ideas and inspire people. And it's something you do that isn't like giving them a lesson, it's not a lecture. They just walk in and they have an experience. And then, of course, there's supporting information that can be on the wall, some text, or whatever, but you start the conversation in a very nonverbal way.
Like you kind of let them decide for themselves what they see.
Yeah, and kind of think about it. And when an art is in an exhibition, that kind of happens because they go from one piece to another piece, and it's a cumulative kind of experience. It gathers. You see one thing, you see another. you see that theme. Remember that word?
The
right?
motif.
The motif comes through, yeah.
Well, I know you said that it can take a while, but what do you do if you want to inspire people really, really fast?
Wow, I don't know if you can. You know, I think it's cumulative, like I said before. I mean, look, we made these collages today, but that's just the beginning of a process and a piece of art. Change takes time, but the more we see, the more we give a message, the more we're active, change can happen more quickly. And it better happen quickly when it comes to climate change.
Well, it was great seeing you.
Oh, it was wonderful having the two of you visit. It really was a pleasure. And thank you for helping.
Leaves right here, right?
Yeah. All right, glue stick, please.
Sure. Does this work?
Yeah, that's fine.
The scissors, please. Where are the scissors?
Here.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right. Just a little piece right there. A little bit of glitter.
Do you need any more leaves?
I think I'm good.
Okay.
Just glue that down. Okay, done. Collage finished.
Hiya! Hey, Freddie, how was your day?
It was awesome. I learned that art is a great way to express things that you care about, like how many trees should be in your neighborhood.
Right. Or in the whole world. And we learned all about collage.
Oh, my little environment activist babies. Tell the world. Let me see what you made. Ooh, that is wonderful. More trees, please. Well, it's Grandma Tilly's turn to spar. Good work, the both of you. Bye-bye, babies. Mwah!
Did we just unorganize all the magazines?
Yes. Yes, we did.
Do you want some help?
Yes. Yes, I do. We made it, art people. My art mission for learning about collage making is complete, and Freddie's campaign, More Trees Please, is better than ever. If you have something you care about, try expressing it through art. It helped us, and it could help you. Now it's time to make like a tree and leaf. Later, art people, and see you on the next mission of the Infinite Art Hunt.
It's the Infinite Art Hunt! Hey guys, over here! Oh, yeah. We're on another adventure with Fred. Looking for art and making friends. Checking in with Grandma Tilly. The adventure never ends. We're gonna go to real places, find magic and wonder, and try new things and see what we can discover. There's art everywhere, and I really wanna explore. It's in the food that we eat, in the trees, in the forest. It's the Infinite Art Hunt! Oh, this is amazing! I see art everywhere. It's the Infinite Art Hunt!
Lead support for this program has been provided by the William Penn Foundation, with additional support from the Corporation for Public Broadcasting, the Sidewater Family Foundation, the Thomas Locke Charitable Fund, and viewers like you.
Continue the fun at home with art projects, activities, and printables, paired with the episode you just watched. Available at WHYY.org/The Infinite Art Hunt.